bitches? Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm joined with my friend Emma from Fan City Central, and we will be talking all about the heroes of the Shadow World 3 convention for Jalmics International that happened last weekend, which was the 30th and the 31st. Did I get that correct?
Yeah, I think
Right.
so. I think it was the 29th and the 30th.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the 29th and 30th. That was the 31st for me. It's my time zone.
Yeah, that's
29th
right.
and
Yes.
30th, which happened of May. So last weekend, that convention happened with the Shadowhunters cast, and it really, it really just brought me back to all the feels because it really made me miss the Shadowhunters cast. I miss them all so much, and I'm like, this is not fair to me because I was like, I just miss them all. They're just all so lovely. I miss them a lot.
They're amazing. They're so amazing to their fans and just hilarious. And oh my God, all the memories they talked about, like it was just so nostalgic.
Hmm.
It was fantastic. I love that cast. I love that cast so much.
They're just, they all just, I was watching the panels. And so the first panel I watched was like the intro one with Emma and this very cute British boy named Tariq, is that his name? They did like a little quest thing, which it was actually very interesting. What was his quest? Can you explain that? Because it was a lot, but it sounded interesting.
Yeah, so they for this con they implemented like a scavenger hunt essentially. So attendees could like join the quest and essentially have to find out like all the guests had alter egos, so they had to figure out like who Matthew Daddario's alter ego was and then match him to his family motto and some relics and things. So they had to track down different things, and whoever had like the most points, there was like a bunch of prizes, but the top one in my opinion was every 50 points you got entered into a raffle to win a 3-night stay in New York City and a con pass to next year's like in-person convention, which I think is just crazy.
That's crazy.
So
crazy. That's a 3-night stay in New York. Like, hello. Like that's
I know, like such a good prize. And then like there were other prizes like a signed autograph from Alberto and like herograms. There were so many great prizes. So I think it was new. So I think there were maybe a few kinks we had to work out for sure. But by the end of it, I think it was running smoothly. And I think that everyone enjoyed it. It was really fun to put together. I enjoyed those panels. So it was a good time.
Yeah, the fans really seemed, because like there was a few person that was watching it, people like guessing, like, or they were doing, like, they're getting the answers. I'm like, the fan, I forget how the fans are just like, I know they're smart, but like they're like wicked smart. Like I wouldn't know half the things that I wouldn't know. I'm like,
I know.
That's insane.
They were getting it so fast. Like they were, especially I think it was Kat's alter ego, and I can't remember if Matt was the second one. I know for sure Kat. Like everyone was getting hers right off the bat, which was fantastic. And then the guests had to like drop hints in the panels as to who their alter egos were. And my favorite was M. She was so cute about all of her hints, and she just did it so fantastically. It was really fun. It was a fun like addition to the weekend.
Yeah. And like I like that, like in these conventions that Jalmics always, whoever runs it, like they always come up with all these new and different kind of, because sometimes virtual conventions can get kind of repetitive, like you have the same things over and over again, but like you're keeping it interesting, like they're doing all these different things to try and engage the fans, which I think is so cool. And like, of course virtual conventions can be not boring, but like, it's you're at home, like at least it's not just just something new, something fun that like the fans can get invested. So I think it's really cool. And then all the guests seem to really be in on it, enjoying it. So like, hey, it's a win-win. So I loved it. I thought it was a great idea actually.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I love how inventive they are. Like even the panels that they have, they're so much fun and it's so much more interactive with the attendees than I think some of the other cons are, which is why I enjoy hosting for them, which is so much
That's
fun.
very good. And then so the next panel that I watched, the very first like guest panel, was Breakfast with Steve Byers. And now this man, I love this man with my whole heart. I am such a huge fan of this guy, Steve, and I hadn't seen him like on my screen since literally Supergirl. and like, you know, there aren't really many interviews with him, you know, that I can watch or whatever. So like, you don't really see much of him, but like, he just has this energy, like this presence, and it's just so nice to see. I don't know, he just brings this energy to the, I don't know, he's just a great guy, and I love him.
He's so sweet, and I'd never worked with him before, so that was really fun. Because I'd never met him or Lola. I never met him or Lola. Those were the two that I hadn't met before, that came to this one. So that was super fun, and I loved hosting it. He didn't actually make any breakfast. He just chopped some vegetables.
Then was like just talking to the camera, you know, to the Zoom, like, oh my God, bless his soul. And I can't believe he remembered, like, because when you put me on to ask the question, I didn't think. So it was so funny because like I was literally in bed, like with my Sebastian Stan blanket, like I was just living my life. It was like 11:30 p.m. My parents had gone to bed. I was just like living my life, you know, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, you know, ask a question. I didn't think it was gonna be on, you know, video. And I was like, and I'm in the dark, like I'm literally hibernating, like it's like it's like dark, nothing, there's no light. It's just a laptop screen. I'm just like, and then I see, oh, let's put Adam up. I'm like, what? And I'm like, hold on, let me.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's funny.
No, it was funny, but like, because my parents had gone to bed, I couldn't talk loudly because I would have like woken them up. Because my room was like 2 doors down, and like you heard my voice was like all like, hey, like it was very like, what? I wasn't prepared, man. I was not prepared to speak.
It was so fun though. I love that. Like you had great questions for him, and I think he came up. Did you come up once or twice? I can't remember. But it was so nice that he remembered you, and it was just you had a great question, and of course I was gonna pull you up because you a fave, man. Like
it was just, I was like shit, and then he was like, oh, my shadow, because like, so we call each other Shadow Bray, and I think if I remember correctly, this was ages ago we came up with this term. Like it started off as a joke, and then like it became like a thing. We started using.
How did it start?
When Steve had social media, we used to use the hashtags all the time when we like interact and stuff. But I think it was between Shadow, like Shadow Hunter, the Bray, like Shadow Bray, like the Bray, which is Bray. I think is between a bro and gay, like Shadow Bray.
Oh,
because like he's the bro, I'm the gay kind of thing. Like I don't know how it fucking worked, but it worked, and it became a thing.
I love that. He remembered. He remembered.
I think I've had a feeling he might remember, because I'm like it was iconic. So I was hoping he would. And then he's like, oh, my Shadow Bray. I'm like, bless your soul, sir. We know. I'm like, oh, look, I just missed him. I miss him a lot.
He was so nice.
Oh, he's amazing. His panel was great. I loved his panel.
Yeah, he was a great panel, and he answered about working with Katie McGrath, which I'm sure you loved as well.
Yeah, literally, I was like, and have you actually watched Slasher with him and Katie? Have you watched that?
No, I need to. I didn't know he was in a movie with Katie until you brought it up.
It's actually a series. It's like a 10 episode. There are like different seasons, but it's like each season is different. So they were only in the first season. So it's like a serial killer, and they have to unmask who the killer is, blah, 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 blah. And he plays a cop, and she plays one of the victims or something. But like, they are so good. Look, it is a slasher thing, so it's a bit horror-ish. So it depends how you might, but you'll be fine. Like, it's not too bad.
I think if it's more of a thriller than a horror, I'll be okay.
Yeah, like the killer has like a mask. It's a scary mask. Like a couple of jump scares from like, I watched this 2016, like ages ago.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago, but it's a good show. That's it. So watch it. I think you should watch it if you want something quick to watch.
Okay.
It's a pretty underrated show, I think, or underrated season. I think is very.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard of it, so I'll add it to my list.
Yeah.
I mean, I can watch Nancy Drew now, so I'm getting a little bit better with my scary, I think.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then what was the next panel I watched? The next panel I watched was with Matt.
I
think Taylor was hosting it. It was
was it the Explore one?
Yeah, the Explore one. He was so terrible at it. God bless his soul.
I didn't get to go to that panel, so yeah, you have to fill me in. I remember Taylor texting like our back end chat that he started off very confident and then it just went downhill.
Yeah, and like I don't blame Matt because like he started off like strong like but like to guess like the country or the city or wherever like I for one am shit at geography like
Oh, me too.
I'm a
Yeah.
geography person so to be to like try and I could not do it so I give Matt props for he
Yeah.
guessed a few good ones but like you really need to know your knowledge. He's a smart guy, man. Matt's very smart. So
Yeah.
it didn't surprise me that he knew he knows a lot. I was just
Yeah.
like me personally, I was like, I could not. I physically, I was like, nah, that's not for me. I could not do that. But he did so well at the beginning, and then each one just got worse and worse. He was like, what? It was so confused. I'm like, I feel that, Matthew. I feel that. That man, I swear to God. I love him so much.
I mean, you saw me try to help. It was Raphael, right? In the 911 one, and I was terrible too. And he
Poor Taylor, she did so well. She was like she was trying to pick out easier ones. So I put one into like Australia because like it's like I did like kangaroos, like something easy that he would get. But she didn't choose one. Okay, I was like she was trying to choose like easier ones for him that he would get. I'm like, well, he just like it would no. And the fans would drag him like in a good way, and that's like because he doesn't take it personally. It's all fun, and that's what it's
yeah.
And that's why I just love Matt's panels, man. Matt just brings some kind of energy to it that like you don't know what you're gonna get with Matt. Like it could go all over the place. It's a mystery. That man, he's a mystery.
Yeah. So, he's fantastic. He's just so much fun and chaotic energy. That's
literally, and that's what all the fans love. That's all he always gets sold out because everyone loves it. That's the energy we want.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say one of my favorite panels that I watched was the cooking panel with you, Kat, Alan, and Lola. Oh my, Lola, bless her sweet little soul. I honestly, So, if for those who don't know, there was a panel with Emma was moderating. There was Kat, Alan, and Lola, and they had to answer trivia questions. And if they got the answers correct, Emma would give them the next step in the recipe. And each three of them had a different recipe. So,
they had the ingredients, but they didn't know what they were cooking or how to cook it. So, it was interesting. It was so much fun, though. All three of them had so much fun, I think. Yeah. And Lola, oh my, she didn't know how to turn on the oven.
Lola killed me when she was like, how did I know how to use my oven? Mom. I'm like, I feel that. I understand that. But you know what sent me was when she was like, it says 255. I was at the time. I was like, girl, I'm done. I was sent.
The way Kat looked at her for that, it was so funny.
She was just like, oh, sweet child, no. Like, no.
That was the exact expression. But my favorite part was when she was like, she was like, is there a big difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon? And me, Kat, and Alan were all like, yeah, there's a pretty big difference. And she just went, oh, okay, well, we'll wing it. It's probably fine. And then Alan started holding up like, this is a teaspoon. This is a roller. This is olive oil. Like,
she clearly hasn't really cooked before, which is like, if I was her, I would probably make some of the same mistakes. Like, if you've never done
it, it made it hilarious. It made it so much fun.
She was fun without even trying to be funny. Like, it was just hilarious. Like, she was just funny. Like, I was like, bless her. Like, I love it. I
love her so much. And she was great. All of them were fantastic with their trivia questions.
That was all so good. I was like, I knew Kat would smash it because I know Kat's like insane with her knowledge. Like, she's insane. So I knew she would smash it. And the other ones, like, I wouldn't even know half of the answers. Like, that must have just.
And I tried to give them easy questions too. Like, I tried to pick out ones that pertain to their characters, but eventually they just kept going through them. So I just had to start picking other ones. And I think Alan was my favorite when he was like, yep, I know the answer. And he gets on his phone. He's like, I'm concerned with cooking. And he's like very clearly Googling the answer.
I love him because you know what? You know what it was for me? Him mashing up the banana in his hand. I was like, oh God, sir. I
Yes, he did. He didn't have an egg, guys. He didn't have an egg for his recipe. And I told him like you can use a banana or applesauce to substitute an egg, and he was like, "What? I never knew this." So he picks up a banana and he just does that and puts it in.
I was like, I would have used a fork personally. Because I don't like mess. That's just me. I'm a very I don't
Right?
like I don't like mess on my hands. Like I don't like to get messy, you know. So like seeing it, I was like, oh, like no, that's not. I'll just use a fork to beat it or something. I could not.
Well, because he asked us, he was like, "Oh, well, how do you do that?" And I was like, "You mash it up with a fork." And he was like, "But what if I just do this?" And he just,
I was like, well, I knew that works too.
I was like, "Sure, go for it, go for it." And then Kat was the only one to finish her recipe.
It looks so good. So she made French toast.
French toast, yeah.
And then the other two were making cookies, right?
Yes. Alan was making brownie cookies and Lola was making chocolate chip cookies. So by the end of it, they had their dough and it was in the oven, but we only got to see Kat like finish and like she plated and everything, which is very cute.
It looks so nice. It was making me hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, I'm feeling a bit hungry. I may have ordered Uber Eats. I don't know, but like, it's fine.
I'm glad I could inspire that nutrition.
Just me spending money, you know, it's fine, whatever. As you know, that's fine.
That one was so much fun. So much fun.
And then another of my favorite panels was the sculpting panel.
That was my second favorite one, I think.
Yeah, Steve, Nicola, and Tessa. Tessa. That the way I love Nicola, man, I swear to God, Nicola. And like I watched her afternoon tea panel. I watched a few of her ones, but I just love her as a person, and I think that the advice that this is off topic. I think the advice that she gives is just so inspiring, and I'm inspired. Like I'm motivated when I listen to her. I'm just like, because she's like, you know, she's been through a lot and she's done a lot, and like, you know, obviously getting into the industry at like I don't want to say a late age, but like later than like, you know, the typical. Yeah. Actors and stuff. Like it's so interesting to hear like her perspective on things, but she has a mom and, you know, with her kid and her husband, like it's just so interesting to hear her point of view, and I love her. I don't know, I just love her.
She's so inspirational. By the end of that tea, I just you always leave her panels feeling like you can conquer the world, like so good, so inspired, so knowledgeable. She's fantastic, and she really thinks about her answers, which I really appreciate too. Yeah. And then she's so much fun too, like doing the singing panel or the sculpting panel, and you're like, oh, I'm actually good.
I was surprised. I was like, girl, I was watching that and like I was just like, she.
Also, can we talk about the fact that she is a massive Harry Styles fan, which like love her even more.
This is why Nicola is a queen. This is exactly why she is a queen. She knows. Yeah. She understood the assignment, Nicola. She understood the assignment.
Yes. Her and Lola carried that. They carried that. It was a lot of Harry Styles. It was a lot of, yeah, it was fantastic.
The whole watermelon sugar. I was like, when you guess the song, like you guess the song. So I think in that panel, we'll get back to the sculpting one.
Yes.
In the song panel, what happened? What the game was, you had to finish the lyric of. So someone
you had to guess which lyric was changed.
Yeah, okay. So someone said a lyric and one of the words was not the actual lyric. Then they had to guess the proper lyric. And like I was like, oh, this will be easy, but like I was doing it in my head, I'm like, I didn't know it as well as I thought I did. I'm like, that sounds right, but it's not. I was questioning myself, I'm not gonna lie. I was second guessing myself.
It's hard when the people didn't sing it. Like when like some of them were doing, like I think Kat and Lola and a couple of the guests, they were doing like spoken word poetry, which was more fun, but it was also like, because you have to sing it in your head to know the lyrics, right? So like some of them were speaking it, and then I would start singing the song in my head to be like, oh, that's wrong. But if you don't know the tune, you're like, no idea. Like it's really hard.
Like, even though I know the song, or when you just say the lyric and not in the tune, it's actually hard. Like, because your brain can't compute it without the rhythm or the music. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it. I'm like, wait, no, that's not. How am I dumb? How am I so dumb with this? Like, I would not be able to. Do not give me any girl. I can't do that. No, thank you. I just think
You're
I would.
saying you should come co-host with me the next time we do the singing battle.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god. I was surprised how good Nicola and Lola were at that game.
Yeah, that was. They really they surprised me. Like, you just wouldn't
Yeah.
think, but like, sometimes they
They
surprise
know their
me.
music. They do. It was
Yeah.
great.
I love that. So that was a really good panel. So we'll go back to the sculpting one, which was another one of my favorites. So Steve, Nicola, and Tessa,
Yeah.
you would send them a word, and then they would have to create it out of like the Play-Doh or the
Yep.
word, whatever it was, to make it, the picture. They were okay. We all know this. I'm not, well, I don't know if you know this, but I am really bad at like visual things, like with like drawing or any kind of like arty. I am terrible.
Same.
I read you Pictionary or something. I cannot draw for shit. I will draw a stick figure as a person. That's how bad I am. Like, I don't care.
Me too. Yeah. You and I would not be good teammates at Pictionary. It would be terrible.
I could even like making it out of the Play-Doh or whatever it was, like, no.
No, and they were so good. They were
so good.
Like,
wow. Steve,
and they were using like all of their props around them. Like, they had little tools for the Play-Doh and like little like sheets and stuff. Like, Tessa did like all of hers on like a piece of cardboard or something, and it was so ingenious.
Yeah, it was. Like, I think Tessa made the rune, the angelic rune, at one point, and then
it was so good. Yeah,
Nicola did the wings, the angel wings, I think it was.
Yeah, and she made a butterfly that was very good. Oh, Steve's unicorn.
Yeah, the unicorn
was so good.
I was like, sir, that's insane. Like, I would not even. How?
It was so cute. It was so cute, and he made it out of like, it was like pink and purple, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I felt bad for his next turn, like asking him to destroy that unicorn because he was really cute.
It was beautiful. It was Little Chef's Kiss. That was just amazing. I was shocked, man. And like I told you, because we don't really get to see Steve a lot, like just to see him in. I was so keen to watch all of his panels. So I was just like, he has that energy. And I love to see more of him. And even Jack Yang, oh my god, he's amazing. That man is the best. The whole cast. I can rave about them for ages. There's nothing bad about these people. They are all genuine, amazing people. I can't. They're just. I was so close to buying like extras and stuff just to like see more of them. I was like, let me buy stuff. Like, I was like, I want to do it. Everything, but even the whole cast. Like, even I watched. I watched all of them, or most of them. Yours and Kat's one.
Tea and trivia.
The teen trivia was really good, and then she mentioned me, and I fucking died as usual. I was like, "Girl, you can't just say my name and like I'm gonna be okay, girl. I can't."
Yeah, she did. She did.
But you know what I love about Kat though, is that she gets so invested in the character that she plays in the show that she's on, and she'll delve into the fan edits, she'll delve into the reaction, she'll watch the reviews, she'll watch the crack videos. Like, she'll watch all of that. She would get so involved in the fandom, and it's just something that's really unheard of. Like, yes, some actors do it or whatever, but like she just loves her fans so much. She just loves the character she plays. She loves the shows she's on. She's amazing. I'm always in awe of her because she's just like, wow, like she's really
so genuine. Yeah,
she pays attention to those details. She knows all the information. She's insane. Yeah. I love her. She's amazing.
Any fandom would be blessed to have her. Like, she is just so good to us, and I feel like the fandom just you can't ask for a better cast than that. Like, even I guess we'll talk about the wrap-up panels in a bit, but like even those, it was just so perfect, so nostalgic. The way that they interact with the fans is just iconic.
They were amazing. It was all the panels. M was just a gorgeous woman. It stuns me how beautiful she is. Like, I remember meeting her in person, and she was just like, how is she real? She's literally a goddess.
I know. I know.
Like,
On this,
oh
yeah.
my, but they're all just so sweet. I can't, man. This cast is literally one of a kind. I swear to God. Like, then you, I. Oh,
Yeah. 100%.
like,
100%.
there's nothing. They're just all amazing. Tessa's fan. She just has such a sweet soul. Everybody's beautiful, man. I can't. I'm just. What do you say, man? What do you say? If you guys aren't or don't go to any Shadowhunter conventions, you have to, because these people are
Yes.
the best, and like they just really. I feel like when they talk like in the panels or like when they answer a question or whatever, it's like they really listen and they really focus their attention all on that person who's asking the question. Like there's no distractions. It's, they just focus on them and answer their question, and they have fun with it. Like it's just, I don't know, they're just really great. So I love them. I love panels. I mean, I love the convention. They're just, the fans are happy. All the fans are really so cute on there that I got to see the videos of. They're so adorable. I love them all. They're so cute.
They're just the best, honestly. Like I cannot wait to be there in person next year and get to work with these people again, because there's no fandom, like very few fandoms do it the way that they do it, and it's just so lovely as a fan to get what you give to a show back, because
Literally.
you don't get that very often.
Exactly.
And then the way Jalmics does it is they make it so interactive, so we can really pull fans up and like talk to as many people as we can, and play games and all that fun stuff. So I love it so much. Did you watch the wrap up panels?
I watched a bit of both of them, yeah. I like when you showed them the thing from the 3B premiere. I was emotional. I wasn't ready to get emotional. Yet here's Emma. Enter Emma with like, here's a video from the 3B premiere, and then we'll look all the cast. Girl, I was attacked. I was attacked.
I'm sorry. I wanted to put us all in the feels, okay? I was like,
so cute. And just like seeing their reactions to like the video, I was like, oh my God, my heart, man. Oh, wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, I hosted the 3B premiere in Toronto, if you guys didn't know, and I got cast that couldn't come because the show was shot in Toronto, so some of the cast was there, so they came to it. But those that couldn't, I had them submit like video messages for the fandom, which you can find fully on my channel if you want. So some of them hadn't seen them because they hadn't been there. So I showed like certain clips of that. It was like Chai and Kat, and there was so many. So it was Sydney, so many people. Will with Tudor was there. So it was fantastic. So we showed a bit of that at the beginning, and then they just started talking about their memories on set and how they used to make each other laugh, and practical jokes and things. It was just like a full on like 40 minutes of nostalgia, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, you put them in the feels, girl. They were like, oh, they were getting emotional. Like I saw Nicola, like her face. She was like, oh, like all these cute. I was adorable. Because it was Nicola there at the 3B.
She was there for both of them. I think the Sunday night was really, really good. It was her, Alan, Tessa, all of that, like Todd, Darren, Taylor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched the panel with Todd, Darren, and Taylor, and like the book to screen.
Like,
it's so interesting to hear from their point of view and like how they adapt things. Like, because you, like, as a fan, like you don't really realize how much goes into it, and like, how expensive certain scenes get, especially in a fantasy show. Like, obviously the three things that are expensive, but like hearing it from them and like hearing the things that they adapted and like what worked, what didn't work, and all, and it was so insightful. And like I wasn't expecting to watch the whole thing, but I watched the whole thing. I was like, this is so interesting. Like they're just amazing. I was just like, I don't know, it was just really good to hear the behind the scenes stuff and how it, what things they chose. Like it was so, oh my God, I was in awe actually. They're great. Oh man.
They had really good stories. Yeah.
So
it was super interesting. I love Taylor's like how what moments from the book they chose to adapt and how they chose to twist it for screen was really cool. That was definitely one of the most interesting panels. And then the legacy panel with Todd and Kat was also really fantastic for the same reason. They just talked about like a lot of behind the scenes moments and how Kat was really involved with Clary's character and building the world and everything like that.
And that's what I love about that's what I love about is like Shadowhunters. It's like, because everyone just everyone loves the whole cast and everyone loves the whole crew. And like it's when the crew like I feel like respect the fandom as much as they, you know, it's magical because like
Yeah.
it's same with like, you know, the Lucifer writers and the Lucifer crew and everything. Like when you have it, when you create a show that, you know, they do it for the fans and like, you know, they know, and even having Taylor, who is a fan of the book series, like,
Yeah.
you know, be
As
in
a
the
writer.
and as a writer, exactly, and like, you know, as a fan as well, like bouncing the ideas and like knowing what would work, what the fans might like, because as a fan she would know, like she was our voice pretty much, she knows what would work, what wouldn't work, or you know, and like it's just, I think every show needs someone who's a fan of that, or like even if it's an adaptation or whatever, if it's even if it's like a comic book show or whatever, as long as because they would know what would work well, what wouldn't. If like fangirls, like very important, man. Like we know things, we know things.
But it's true though. I think like people really underestimate fangirls. I think fangirls make some of the best employees because if you're really passionate about something, it just makes sense to have someone on your team that is that dedicated to the adaptation or the sport or like whatever it is, like music, whatever. It just makes so much sense, and you can see from Shadowhunters how that applies and how it works. Like it's just so smart. It's, I think, every TV show should definitely have one for sure because Taylor was 100% our voice, and bless Todd and Darren for listening to her and being so open to the fandom. Like they didn't have to do that.
Yeah, because they came on board in season 2. And like I didn't realize, like when the Malik kiss happened at the wedding in 112, but I didn't realize like the implications of that in season 2. Like, well, now where do you go from there? Because I did such a huge, you don't think of those things. Like as a fan, you just enjoy, but you don't really think, okay, they've kissed, and now like, do they even know? Alec and Magnus really don't know who each other are yet. Really, when you think about it, they just knew that they had feelings for each other, but they didn't really know that person. And then obviously season 2 was like them getting to know each other and everything, and like it's just so interesting how it you don't have, I don't know, it's very interesting.
That cast is the best. That cast, that crew, the respect they have for the fans. Like again, it's so rare to get that from a show because you can pour everything into a show and then not to get it back is just the saddest thing. So
so that pretty much wraps up this video, because the convention was, if you guys haven't attended the convention yet, if you're able to, please do, because honestly it's just I think it's just such a great experience. Like the fans, I have a great time just engaging with the actors. Like they just give all their undivided attention to the fans. You get to ask really good questions. It's just such a nice weekend, you know, to escape reality, just kind of, you know, delve back into the shadow world. Any convention really, you just get into that fangirl world. It's nice. So and you got some great moderators, you know, so like it's a win.
We would love to see you there. We would love to see you there at the next one.
Of course. So yeah, that was our Shadow Heroes of the Shadow World 3 long recap video, but I hope you guys have enjoyed if you made it this far. Emma, thank you for joining me again, because you are an icon. I love you.
Thanks.
Great. So yeah, hopefully we can do, as if there's another convention and I get asked to like recap, we can do another one. But yeah, Emma and I probably will do some more videos soon. You know, we always end up doing like some here and there. We just do like a random, you know, let's do this video. Like we just do shit. So yeah, that's the video. But if you want to subscribe to Emma's channel, link will be in the description box below to check out some of her videos. And yeah, that wraps this up. So guys, enjoy your day, your night, wherever, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Ciao for now. Bye guys.
Bye guys.